right, good morning. Have a better light. Walk towards the window. Good morning. Like I was trying to say the other day, is that when I'm feeling down, one of the things that a girlfriend of mine always really encourages me is go get ready. And so when you had to turn off your hot water and you don't get to shower, and you need one, you're to the point where you need one. So if you missed our last vlog, our sink leaked. And so we ended up turning off all of our water, but we were able to turn it back on. So I was able to shower and just turn off the kitchen. So I haven't been able to do dishes for a couple of days, and I have the dishwasher running, and this is still remainder, and I'm not gonna hand wash it. I'm gonna wait for this to run, unload, reload the dishwasher, and then hopefully have a clean kitchen after a couple of days. But I'm kind of excited. This, I made that. I made that. That's a dish soap. It's a bar of dish soap. So I literally am going to take this, put it onto my dish soap, and wash my dishes. And I'm really excited, and there's one more recipe I'm really excited to try, but then it'll have to cure for 6 to 8 weeks. But hopefully I will find the exact recipe that I love, and I will no longer have to depend on buying dish soap. And it sounds silly, but it's actually, I really enjoy it. Pouring a little bit of liquid, not a big deal whatsoever, but I really enjoy not having to do that step and just taking my wand, put a little more suds, keep going. I just really like it. But I had a little bit of a rough couple of days, and it was World Fertility Day, conveniently enough, on November 2nd. And of course, you kind of feel down in the dumps right at the time where we are kind of pulling together as infertility warriors to kind of bring awareness that day. And of course, that's the day that I end up getting news that I just didn't expect. I will tell you that I got my day 3 labs back. Good morning. It has been a while since we picked up the camera. We had so much to film when our new animals were doing all kinds of fun things, and we filmed a lot, and then just we're trying to get those videos out, and so now we are more back to live. It is time to get labs checked, and so I just started my cycle again, so I'm actually going into a local laboratory just to get labs drawn and then sent over to the fertility clinic. But that probably sounds like all brand new information to you guys, so what the heck is going on? And then there are actually labs to check a male for fertility stuff, so we're gonna get that checked out too.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we got more. We'll get a different one. We got more.
Uh-oh. She's so happy she finally got another one.
We got a lollipop.
What?
What did you get?
A lollipop.
You don't like lollipops, do you?
No, I do. Yeah.
No, I do like lollipops.
Okay, let's not drop it again, okay?
What?
Why? So why in the world are we checking hormones? Right now, I just, in my gut, felt like we need to check my FSH level, because when we were doing fertility treatments, back when we were doing IVF with Cassidy, my FSH was high. And so that means your follicle stimulating hormone is increased because your body is trying to crank up, trying to make follicles, meaning you just don't have a good amount of follicles, and so your body is trying to crank up the hormone, trying to make more. Well, I had that. I ended up postponing IVF for like, I want to say it was like 9 months of us waiting for my FSH to drop to a better level and for me to have a good egg count for us to do our retrieval for IVF. And that is when we ended up getting pregnant with Cassidy. And that was a long process. So in my gut, I was thinking, hey, we should start checking this and see, am I totally off again? And we didn't do an ultrasound, no egg count or anything, but we just did some day 3 labs. So I could just do it locally, go to a local lab. I'm gonna say next cycle, I'll probably go to the fertility clinic and use their lab. Not sure if it's different, but I'm hoping. But my FSH did come back at like 10.8 and they want it below 10. And so it wasn't extremely high. I'm trying to remember what my levels were before. I do think it would teeter on 10 when we were like, okay, it just got just below 10. Okay, is this a good cycle? Do I have a good egg count? And, okay, I need to go help Philip. He's moving Buttercup's fence. And she's gonna walk right through it if I don't go help him. But the not so fun news that I got was they checked an AMH level. So for those who go through infertility, you already know. If you don't, AMH is an enzyme that is produced from around your follicle, and they have associated a lower level with having a diminished ovarian reserve, which means you just don't have as many eggs as you should per your age. So for my age, my AMH shouldn't be low, this low. So what does it mean? I'm just scared. I'm scared that, do I have diminished ovarian reserve? I guess we're just gonna talk about infertility today. I mean, that's just what happened over the last couple of days. It's just been an infertility hit with bad results, feeling sad about it, feeling pretty down and needing a good pick-me-up. And right now we're gonna go tackle a really big project, which will help with pick-me-ups. Getting things done, being productive, getting outside of yourself and not focusing on yourself and focusing on others, pouring into others, service. There's so many things that are really helpful. And Philip and I, through the holidays, would really like to dive into any of us that are in the infertility space and are really still feeling that and feel the hurt, or you know somebody. We are a decade into infertility. We know infertility. We feel infertility. We aren't past it. And right now I'm smack dab in the middle of it, getting a AMH level of 0.75, and they want it greater than 1. And so I guess my question is, if anybody has ever focused on AMH levels, have you ever just randomly had a low one, but then your levels have been fine? Have you done IVF with lower AMH levels? I've never made a lot of eggs. Every IVF retrieval we've done, we've had about 10 eggs. And some people have like 15 or 17 or 20, and ours is around 10. Well, my guess would be maybe we'll only get 6 this time. I don't know. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very excited. I just scheduled a consultation with our old doctor. And it's a telehealth visit because she is not in this state, but it won't be for a little while. And so I got first on her books, but that's not gonna be until after the holidays. So we're all gonna be facing infertility through the holidays together. And if anybody isn't going through infertility but knows somebody, give them an extra hug for me, because it's not fun. And if I have to hear one more time, be grateful for what you have. For goodness sakes, guys, I know so many of you are like, you don't have to keep saying that. You don't have to keep saying you're thankful for the girls you have, the kids you have, the family you have. But oh my gosh, if I have to hear one more time, be grateful for what you have, I might just lose my mind. Holy cow, either you just aren't here and you pop in and out for drama, or maybe you just have never heard me say it. I am beyond grateful that we have the family we have. And if we don't get to grow our family past our 3, if adoption doesn't work out for us, if infertility doesn't work out for us, if we are unable to grow our family, I am thrilled and I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed. But I'm allowed to have a sad day because I envisioned it differently. And a lot of us envisioned it differently. Yes, I agree. People in the empty arms phase, that's the hardest season that you can be in. Waiting for that child to come, I was in that, waiting for Kinsley. And I just didn't know if I was ever going to be a mom. And so it's a different pain, but it's still infertility. It's still painful, and we can still love and support each other. Do you know that there are people with really big families that they're still trying to grow their family, and they're sad when there's a loss, when there's a failed fertility treatment. So just because someone is sad because they imagined things differently, or they're still wishing and still hoping, I mean, it's not over for us. We're not saying that we will never have another set of hands and feet join our home, but the painful reality of it's harder for us, and at this point I don't know how hard it will be for us. I'm sad, and I'm allowed to be sad, and I feel like holidays and family gatherings are one of the hardest seasons because there's just a lot of reminders. There's a lot of reminders going on around you of maybe things that people have that you don't have. Maybe there are just triggers, and maybe you can get through the holidays with big, huge smiles on your faces, and you just are, it's so happy and it's so good. And I never want to put a frown on anybody's face through the holidays because it's my favorite time of year. But if holidays just feel so good for you and you're just so happy, it is also good to be aware that someone around you might not be there. Gosh, this stinks. It really stinks. So that's where I'm at, is this low AMH level. My estrogen looked fine, my FSH was high, and I'm sad. I am trying to wrap my mind around, will I be able to have kids at an older age? When we started this vlog, we were in our mid-20s. I will be 35 by the end of the year, and that turns into advanced maternal age. For me, I've been talking with people through infertility for a decade, because that's when we started, was a decade ago. And a lot of people were older, and I knew that infertility hits you when you are getting older, and that's why I was so happy that we were trying to grow our family at a younger age. And now I am hitting that new season of being older, trying to have kids. I remember ministering to so many of us that are younger that are struggling to have kids, and it felt like, what the heck? Like, this is supposed to be my fertile years. Well, now I'm bringing long-term infertility now into older years, and so I'm really curious what the next 5 years are gonna look like. My mom had me when she was 40, and I always imagined maybe I'll have a kiddo at 40, because I love my relationship with my mom. My mom's the best, and she's awesome, and she's so young. She can run circles around me, literally. She's unstoppable. And now I just don't know. I don't know what our family's gonna look like, and I'm trying not to sit for too long. So we did our last vlog that you saw, and now this is just 2 days later. And within the 2 days of getting the results, I've been sad, but I haven't really sat. I'm busy, so I haven't sat to process, and that's partly why I started vlogging to begin with. I didn't want anyone to feel alone, and I felt like this was very much me being able to process on what's going on. It was almost like a journal, and welcome back to the journal, guys. I I don't know. I'm processing right now with you as I'm trying to think through this. And I still think that there's another child, hopefully 10 more, just kidding. I know some of you are like, why do you want so many kids? Because they're awesome and they're so fun and they're amazing. And if we're gonna grow our family to have maybe a few more kiddos, there are ways we can grow our family. And I know it's so hard for a lot of people to comprehend and understand a family going through infertility and giving feedback when that's not something you've walked through. Just an encouragement, let's be loving, let's be caring. I shared this on some of our recent infertility videos that I just haven't been sharing as much because honestly, the world of social media has changed so much. It was like this really tight, close-knit community that we were kind of finding other people that had similar stories. And now it feels more of like a judgment zone. And so I didn't like sharing because I just felt like I was being attacked all the time. And that stinks because those of us going through infertility, we need a safe space. I am processing that there can be another kiddo for our family. I just don't know what route that kiddo is going to join our family. So to the next 5 years, guys, let's go ahead and see who's gonna join our family and what's it's gonna look like, and continue to raise our kids to be the most awesome versions of themselves. They are just lovely, and I hope to keep encouraging more little kiddos to be the best version of themselves. Well, this vlog is long, so I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for watching. I would love any feedback on your guys' personal experience with AMH levels. I would love to read your stories. You can also go ahead and email me if that's more comfortable. It's always down in the description below. And I'm curious on what this means for me. And I am always very blessed and thankful for the experience that we have here on this community of being able to share with one another. But if you're comfortable, please leave it in the comments so we can read each other's, because maybe you're gonna encourage somebody else, and you never know, that one little encouragement might live with someone forever. And I hope that you can be that little light today. So go ahead and go let your love multiply. I love you guys.